Welcome back to another episode in the area of depression, body and somatic check-ins, listening to my body. And in this episode, we'll talk about posture, body languages, and mood, how your physical stance shapes your emotional state. And I'm sure you're already thinking about it, right? Maybe as we're talking about posture, you're kind of like noticing, am I slumping? Are my shoulders back? Do I feel opened or am I closed off? And all of these can affect our mood, or it can just tell people what our mood is, which then people treat us in accordance to the way our body language is at the moment. So sometimes it's good to have more open posture. So, the silent language of the body. You've probably heard the phrase, your body speaks before you do. What's fascinating is your body isn't just speaking to other people, it's speaking to your own brain. So, slumped shoulders, downward gaze, and a closed off posture can signal to your nervous system that you're unsafe, tired, or low in confidence. So, on the flip side, though, right, an open posture, gentle movement, and intentional breathing can signal safety and stability. So, today we'll explore how small shifts in posture can create real shifts in mood, especially during depression. So, again, well, and I like to say in any like extreme emotion, if you think about when you're really angry at something or very frustrated or high anxiety, your body is going to tell you these things and you're going to show it. Maybe not visually, because maybe like nobody can see your tense muscles, but you're going to know it by not relaxing your body, not using to kind of down, feed to that emotion. They're thinking it now, feeling it, and our body is showing it for us. So, how do we start here in posture, body language, and mood? Of course, it's always awareness. Noticing your default posture. So, depression often pulls the body inward. You've got hunched shoulders, collapsed chest, minimal movement. The posture can reinforce low energy, making our breath shallower, feeding into our fatigue. So, first step is awareness. So, throughout the day, check in. How am I sitting? How am I standing? Here's a prompt for you. If my posture could talk right now, what would it say to me? Where do we go next? After we notice our default posture, well, maybe some tool might be helpful, some learning, right? So, the science of power and openness. So, research shows that power poses or open stances can boost feelings of confidence and reduce stress hormones. You don't have to stand like a superhero for minutes on end, of course. Simply lifting your chest, relaxing your shoulders, and opening your palms can shift your nervous system. And of course, if we're trying to do something like talk on stage or any other leadership role or just with somebody, if we have the posture of openness, we're going to seem more confident, even if we don't feel it or think it on the inside. This is just one way we can kind of manipulate, so I guess you want to say, our minds and our thoughts, start believing it. So, pairing these changes with deep, slow breaths amplifies the calming effect for us. So, reframe, I'm not faking confidence, I'm giving my brain a safety signals. So, where do we go from here? We've done our awareness, we've noticed our default posture, we've learned something about the power and openness, bodies, and so now we're going to do practical posture adjustments for low days. So you could do this for a seated reset. Place your feet on the ground, roll your shoulders back, and lengthen your spine. Of course, if you're sitting at a desk all day, this is super easy to do throughout the day, multiple times if you need to kind of help yourself. If you're standing, expansion, interlace your fingers above your head and stretch gently. And gentle openness. Rest your hands, palms up on your lap, signals openness without strain. So the goal, of course, is never perfection. It's small, kind adjustments that your body can sustain. Again, that's with anything. If you want to make a lasting change, it's going to be with small adjustments and not just a huge jump, because if it's really big from what we have been doing in our lives, it's going to be very difficult to sustain that in the end. So here's a tip for you. Even a 2% posture shift counts. Small movements lead to big changes over time. So here we are at the end where we're going to recap and wrap up. So your body as a mood anchor. Your posture isn't about looking a certain way. It's about creating an internal environment where your body feels enough to release tension and your mind feels just a little bit lighter. So in our final episode in area body and somatic check-ins, we'll put everything together with a daily somatic check-in ritual you can use in under 5 minutes. So here's our comment section where you can comment anything on the video, anything about posture, body language, and mood, any other high emotion that you may have, or really anything that you need help with. And if you're struggling with a comment, here's a question for you on what is your default posture? So do you have the slumped shoulders, kind of closed off, or are you naturally open postured? And so for now, try one posture shift today and notice, does your breath feel different? Do you feel even 1% more present? So if this video resonated with you at all today, take a breath before you go. Let what you heard settle in. You're not alone on this journey, and you never have to do it all at once. So if you're feeling like it, like this video so more people can see it. Subscribe for new content every week, every day. Tiny steps, real talk, and honest healing. And if you're this far, you get to hear about the journals and the children's book I created. These journals are really hand in hand with these videos to just help increase our healthy behaviors and decrease any unhealthy behaviors that we have. So there's an anxiety journal, a self-love, discipline, and discovery journal, and then a beach-themed journal. And there's a children's book on bravery, courage, and spark inside Luna, the character of the book. And this will hopefully help your kids understand what it means to be brave and have courage. And then at the end, there's a course worksheets as well for your children to do. They may need your help with them, but here they get to discover their own courage and their own spark and their own bravery, in hopes that when they go through hard times, they can understand that I have it within me to help myself through those hard times. There will be more journals and more children's books to come. As for right now, I thank you for watching this show and hope you have a great day.